What can Bad Bunny teach you about branding? So, I am going to be honest, never watched or listened to Bad Bunny previous to the Super Bowl, but I always watch the halftime show. So, of course, I watched it. And to me, I thought that was just a brilliant example of someone who has knows exactly who he is, who he's creating content for, and he has zeroed in on that. And that has been the secret to his success. So if you watch the Super Bowl halftime show, like the 120 plus million people who did, it was definitely a love letter to Puerto Rico, right? It was very Puerto Rican. It was very focused on this is who I am and this is who my content is for. Now, does that mean that those are the only people who resonate with his content? Absolutely not, as evidenced by, like I said, all the people who tuned in. Not to mention the fact that even before he was announced as the Super Bowl halftime show, the reason he was announced as the Super Bowl halftime show performer is because he is a global superstar, has been for a while now, right? Spotify said he almost got 20 billion downloads, billion with a B, in 2025 alone. In 1 year, one guy singing in one language got 20, almost like 19.8 billion downloads globally. So that is what I want you to focus on because I know people have experienced this in the past where people say, look, if you want broader appeal, you got to record some of your songs in English, record all of your songs in English. I'm sure Bad Bunny faced that pressure and he said, no, they're, I'm sure they made the case that you need to do this to expand his brand. My guess would be his thought process was that would not expand my brand, that would dilute it. And that's not what I'm going to do. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to create content for these people. That's what I'm going to focus on. That's what I'm doing. And that's exactly what he did. And contrary to many people's belief, that did not end his career or limit his career. A lot of that, I think, because he's been so laser focused on his core audience and who he's creating content for and why, that has been the secret to his success because a lot of what he ends up doing has universal appeal. I watched that Super Bowl halftime show and said, well, this is clearly not made for me, right? White girl in the burbs here, definitely not made for me. I am not part of his demographic. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, it was a good time. It was a party. I always enjoy a good party. It was great. So that focus on your niche because that is not limiting you at all. When you really zero in on who you are, what you do, and who you do it for, and why, that can actually be the secret to your success. Just ask Bad Bunny because he is the best example of how the riches are in the niches. So if you need help with that, if you're like, great, how do I do that, Allison? That sounds great, but how do I actually do that? That is when you come talk to me and I can lead you through that process. If you are not already connected with me, you can connect with me over on LinkedIn. I believe I'm the only Allison Verhalen on there. You can subscribe to this channel on YouTube if you have not already. And you can find me at my website, AV as in my initials, Allison Verhalen. That is avwritingservices.com. And you can reach me directly at info@avwritingservices.com. Have a great week and happy branding, everyone.